Hi everyone, it's Artist from Man Carpentry. So today I just want to check in with you to show you what we've done. So I've felted all the roof. We also just come up. So we also finished our sort of box outlets. So basically what we've done, you use your 300 trim, F trim, then you got your D260 trim, and that gets nailed to your bottom where you use stick saw underneath. You can put odd staple in, but idea is this allows for a movement, so you just fix the bottom and that's solid. And then this part as well, as you can see, I put some adhesive there. So this allows it to move as and when timber dries, so it doesn't crack it. So that's the whole idea. So here today we're starting with our battens, to put battens in where they should be. So we're gonna just copy old battens, which are about 10.3 from underneath. So 10.3 spacing, 103 millimeter spacing. So when you do your felt, make sure obviously that you lap it, that you got a lap over it, so it's all weather tight. So that's the other side we did. Show you this slightly bigger outlet. Right, you'll be able to see here. So that's that. Again, it's now weather tight, so the last thing we're gonna have to do is paint it with the top coat, but I mean that is not a problem at the minute. So this way it is protected and you shouldn't have any problems. I don't remember if I did touch in, but when you do your upstand or lay board, you want to come up quite a bit. So what I've done, I made sure the smallest measurement of my upstand or lay board is 300, and then to whatever it works out at your angle, that's about 400 other end, and that is you need to allow for potentially having snow. Not that we get snowed in a lot here, but that's what you meant to allow, so just heads up on that. So yeah, now I'm gonna start battening. We're starting from that end, obviously where we join into the old roof. That's our first valley. So same here. Sort of done a batten. Well, weathered it in again. Our lay board, as you can see, and our fiberglass done. So when you do your fiberglass, always on every join you need to put a bandage, and then you need to put matting 50mm over, 50mm lap, or 100 to 50mm. I sort of go in between. So yeah, you can see here it's stuck down. It's not permanently fixed. You can see I have put a tack in to hold it, because when it comes in the roll it wants to warp. So but when we get to tiling, obviously the tile will sit on it and that will be fine, so that will weigh it all down. So here we worked in our outlets, as you can see. So this parapet wall, so you can see how I finish here. The parapet wall will go into there, so this will be the height of it. This is the height of the wall we're gonna have here. So yeah, but as I said, I will start from that end. Obviously every roof will be slightly different, but in general it's about 100 mil the going and batten for these concrete tiles. But then if you got a match with something, then obviously you need to measure what you got, and I've got about 103 millimeters going, so that's what I'm gonna work to. And yeah, I hope you enjoy it, and I'll catch up with you in a bit. Hi everyone, just a catch-up video of where we are. So I'm starting to tile. Battening is all done. In general, in case like I have, you just take what you had on an old roof, so that's the spacing I've used. So once I've done the battening, I've plugged on the gable ends because I find it easier. You can do it basically like a brickwork rather than, you know, pushing plug in. So you start from bottom and just build your way up, and that way you've got less cleaning to do. And all your cuts are then away of the gable end, so they would go, and you would have your cuts into the actual sort of valley rather than on the front, so the front looks all same. So yeah, next step, just bump tiles up, and yeah, start tiling. So I'm not going to be filming all of it because I have filmed how to tile and how to batten before, so as I said, I will leave a link in the description, and I will catch up you in a bit. Hi everyone, just a catch up. So unfortunately today is wet outside. We have managed to do the front of the tiles. I'll show you in a minute. So we bedded our corners on. And we've done that. So we obviously preparing tiles to go up the roof. So this is tiled there, front is tiled. The only thing we got is lead work and ridges to fit, but most of them are dry ridges, so we'll obviously do it in dry weather. So for today we will do a job which we left to bad sort of weather day, which is now. So we will be removing this old roof and reveal what we have built basically. So far no leaks, everything seems to be okay. So obviously we need to sort out gutters, etc., to stop water from going in where we don't want it. But we'll first finish tiling and then we fit the gutters, etc., because it's just easier to put ladder against, don't really damage fascia board. So yeah, so that's where we are. Today we're cutting this out, and if the weather changes we can bump some tiles up. But yeah, that's where we are with this project, and I'll catch you in a bit. Hi everyone, it's Artist from Man Carpentry and Construction Limited. In today's video I'll show you what I do when you got a double joist hanger or triple joist hanger and you got a gap. So the thing is, because the hanger is like nearly 10 millimeters wide than your double joist, so it's meant for say 105 millimeter timbers to be able to put them in, or 100 mil posts or beams. So the solution is quite simple. What I do, I get either 9 mil ply or OSB and I slide it along, just cut the shape, obviously desired shape. So I cut the height of the timber, whatever you have, and then I cut from sort of just above the middle on 45, just to make, you know, so it's not as bulky, and then you can get all your fixings in. So I use ply because it's you know, it's classed as structural. Same, you could use OSB, 9 mil OSB, that will be fine as well. And yeah, so I'll show you what I have done here. So I finished yesterday infilling with the timbers. Unfortunately my camera batteries were gone, so I couldn't really film it. So what we have a trimmer, because obviously we have a bigger space. We have also extra support for the ridge in as a post for post. So, and here you can see how I've done with the joist hangers. You can see that I put in blocks on the side and nail through them, both sides. Well, everywhere is the double joist hanger basically, unless you are sort of when you fit it in, you take your timber and you can squeeze it, but sometimes you're risking it being, you know, out of the place. So that's the only downside with it. So if you ever need to get over this problem, that's the way I get over it. So 9 mil or plywood or 9 mil OSB, and yeah, and then you can easily, without disturbing the joist hanger too much, get it in. With these timber to timber joist hangers, sometimes you can bend them, but then that means you can't fit all your joist hangers if you want to, you know, space it all out and nail them on. So you can't do that, because you can only nail one side, and then you're gonna have to physically sort of bend them around, which is not the best and it's time consuming. So I find quickest way is cutting the blocks, well, not the blocks, cutting the piece of ply or OSB, whatever you have handy. And yeah, that's the way around of that issue. I hope you will find it useful, and I'll catch up with you in a bit. In today's video we'll be fitting a dry ridge kit. I'll show you how I do it. The first job what we're gonna have to do is stick on the roll, which is right there. I'll show you. Roll which covers the ridge. So this is the roll, and you can see you've got a central line, which is basically your represents your ridge. So if you follow the ridge with this line, you should get it central. So what I do, I start from that end. I'll start from the other end, because what I want to do is tuck it under the tiles. done. I tucked it under. I went about 150 mil in, so it's lapped by 2 tiles. Also, what you can do, you can put LED flashing over. Once you put your ridge tile, you can do another protection if you need to, if you feel like you need to. But in this case, this should work. This should be enough because you tucked your ridge roll under the tiles, and if it's above or in the middle of the second row, then there's no way, unless tile breaks, that it will get in, and also it was the felt protect it as well. So on areas where I put cement at the end, what I have done, I have put LED over it just to cover it, just in case if and when the cement does fail, that it doesn't get through. And what I've done, I have used like a adhesive to stick it on the tiles, LED piece. So I'll do the same on that end, just to make sure that last tiny bit doesn't get you know, water can't get in there, because of the, obviously one day cement will fail. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do. So I want to show you how this looks, and I've done there exactly what I said to you. I've done cement there. We've been slightly unlucky because we have had rain, so it has made the roof a little bit dirtier, so we're gonna have to clean that. And here, when you do your ridge against the gateway, that's what I've done. I haven't used cement there because it will crack. I don't want to risk it, so I've dressed the lead. As you can see, it's dressed over the ridge, so any water what gets in there, which shouldn't do, it would run onto the ridge roll and run out, and we'll just have to have a cut in flashing here to cover this joint. And obviously we still got to do flashings around there, so that will tie in once it's done. So once I've done those flashings, but just want to show you, I've done a sort of dry system everywhere, rather than, well, as much as I can, and where the two hips meet, have I'll show you a bit later, I have put LED flashing again over the ridge roll, just to make sure, so if anything does get onto the actual or through the plug, when that, you know, gets damaged or cracks somewhere and water gets in there, so it can't run onto the felt, so it will run on the ridge roll and then down again. So yeah, so that's how it looks from the top. So now we're gonna just roll it all out, and I'll get back to you when I've done that.